Welcome to Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3. This means that there are two other Dark Souls games. But anyway, yes, welcome to Dark Souls 3. And as a tradition around these parts, I will say that I've been planning to make this video for like centuries. And it's actually true, I've been planning to make it since forever, and I actually still see people asking me for it, so let's do it. Let's solve the mystery of the big wish list of if you could make one change to the game, what would it be? So yes, normally I should have made this video back when developers actually cared about any kind of feedback, but right now, since we're dreaming and the game is pretty much fucking dead, let's just do it as a farewell kind of gift, see you goodbye thingy. Yeah. Now, those of you who actually watch my videos and enjoy them, there will be no surprises for you guys, because I've said the things that I want to see fixed. I've named them like multiple times, and I've made like billion of videos about some of them, starting with the number one, my biggest problem with the fucking PvP in this motherfucking game, the roll count. It is just I feel like I've said everything that I had to say in 2 videos that I made about it. There is no need for 12 rolls in this game, like not for PvE and definitely not in PvP. And by simply reducing the number of rolls you get, say like reducing it by 50%, you would turn a game from a fucking retardation turtle roll spam fest to an actually playable game where you have to calculate your next move, where you can't just do fucking 4 rolls and roll away from any situation. But since you get 12 rolls, it's just like whatever. This is my definite number one on the list. It's such a simple change, but it would change a lot. It would change instantly. It would make me actually come back to the game if they would drop the patch, possibly in some kind of weird scenario that involves aliens and whatnot. Yeah, if they bring this would change a lot, because suddenly you have to manage your resources, suddenly there are clutch situations where you have to evaluate what you should do, and things like that. Right now, there's none of that. Now, number 2 on my list would be the backstab pool. I am completely not content with how backstabs work in Dark Souls 3. I can't help but feel that it could have been done a lot better, and I would never think that I would say such thing. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. But I feel like Dark Souls 1 backstab system could have benefited the game. And when I say Dark Souls 1 backstab system, I don't really mean it to be like exactly like it was in Dark Souls 1, because Dark Souls 1 has poise, which means that it's a completely different game. But what I mean is that I wish backstabs in Dark Souls 3 had shorter pool animation, because right now the movement is basically irrelevant. You don't really get anything out of your movement. Like, you can try to sidewalk your opponent and like pivot and nothing. You can't get a backstab in 99% of situations. The only time when you can get a backstab is when they press a button and you get the priority and you just backstab them. That's it. There is no like incentive to try to get behind your opponent. And I feel like slower weapons needed the most, because as it is right now, sure, poise kinda helps them, but I feel like it would have been a lot better if you could have added backstabs to your arsenal with a slower weapon. So even this change, by like 2 changes, would change the game completely, but even this change with the backstabs, better backstab pools, would add a lot of diversity, which is something that the game is lacking right now. The other thing I absolutely dislike about Dark Souls 3 is how lazy the moveset design is. Everything has the same motherfucking moveset. I have no idea why. I mean, I'm lying to you. Obviously, I'm fucking stupid, because I have an idea why, because they're lazy fucks. It's like, it's such a dishonest thing to do and kinda kills the game. As I've said, like, it lacks the fucking diversity when it comes to usable stuff. And even if there was a diversity within items, every fucking rapier has more or less the same moveset, so it's like whatever. Dark Souls 2 does it absolutely right. You get a different moveset with a different weapon. And this is, I feel like, would have helped Dark Souls 3 a lot, because everything feels kinda same, especially when it comes to like heavy weapons. Although like DLC weapons kinda spiced it a bit, but still outside of weapon arts, everything is kinda same-ish. There's basically no incentive to pick anything other than the best in slot weapon, which is completely kinda Then we go into the territory of minor things. And there are plenty of minor things. For example, why can you not de-level yourself? Why is there no infinite respect. It's not a rocket science. It's not even a science at all. No, you just have to look at your player base to understand that most of these people into PvP. They're into PvP. And what these people need, they need infinite respects. They need to be able to level themselves so they can have fun with other friends that are of higher or lower soul level. You got my point. And there are some other minor things, but generally the first three ideas that I named would help the game a lot. These things are, I feel like they would benefit both PvE and PvP. I mean, some of these things would benefit PvE to the lesser degree, but still, those aren't really a bad changes, and those aren't really PvP exclusive changes. Because having more movesets would give you incentive to pick a different weapon for PvE as well. And having less rolls for PvE would obviously make some boss fights more challenging. And whenever people say that like, oh my god, they make 12 rolls for PvE because the game is fast and hard, screw that. There are people that beat the game without ever fucking moving, without rolling once. It's there on YouTube. People need to stop being lazy about this shit, because this is Dark Souls. It's about challenge, and having 12 rolls in PvE is anything but challenging. Let me know what you think about this whole issue and what's your wish list for those things, and yeah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to pre-order Nioh. I'll see you there.